Alright, hi. This is the Bit-Mage. We're back in Emacs. You can also see my keystrokes again with WSO keys. And this one's going to be about tmux. But before we get into that, I've rebranded myself as the Bit-Mage. I've given up my old domain, rajpato.dev. I am shifting everything to the bitmage.com. Do check out the progress logs that are like separate from this pursuit of mine, where I do give updates as to what I'm doing. And thanks for your love on the last video. That is, I think, the best performing video so far. It's getting gotten around like 300 views. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. People seem to like the kind of videos that I'm making, the style that I'm getting into. So we'll exploit that. Uh, yeah, but then for now, today is an exploration day. I am talking about Emacs today, and okay, not Emacs. Yeah, that's probably yeah, not Emacs. I'm sorry. I'm talking about tmux today, not Emacs. Yeah, just too much Emacs, huh? I can't forget Emacs. Yeah, I'm talking about tmux today. So tmux is a terminal multiplexer, and I'm gonna talk about the essentials in this one. So it'll take you 99% there in terms of your workflows, how you can use it and stuff. And yeah, I hope to like make you proficient very quickly and give you not just enable you in terms of skills, but also wisdom as to how you can use tmux. I'll also provide you some miscellaneous and useful use cases that I have and how I use tmux in my own personal workflows rather than just conventional sense of using it. So terminal multiplexer, just multiplexes terminals. That's the basic way you get into it. But then it's got a whole lot more to it, and you can do a whole lot more with it. We'll get into that. And you might be wondering why not Emacs? Emacs can do everything. It can play Tetris, it can play chess. Why not just multiplex with Emacs? Well, tmux is mostly about working with remote sessions, and Emacs ramp is very slow. I yeah, I used to do this like in my junior year of university. I used to work with Emacs Tramp on remote sessions, and that was a pain. I used to work with tmux before that, and I just missed the snappiness of the Vim plus tmux workflows. So when it comes to remote work, I use tmux, not Emacs. I need to clarify my head. I'm thinking too much about Emacs. Yeah, this video is about tmux, not Emacs. So with that clear, this is going to be a follow along video, so you can just pause me in between, and this is going to be a quick one. So it's going to be snappy, precise, and it's going to help you get started with tmux very efficiently. And yeah, so why am I making a video about tmux exactly? Well, to my operations, there are like two basic aspects. My cyber Batcave would be Emacs, and the Batmobile would be tmux, Unix philosophy, Vim, that sort of stuff. And hmm, yeah, so I'm starting out with tmux for now, but then I will talk about VI and all of the things parallel, all sort of utilities soon as well, because I probably spend around 80% of time locally on Emacs. Whenever I want to dispatch a job or like a process, I'm sort of doing the heavy lifting. I'm delegating the compute when I'm not the bottleneck in terms of doing the job. I delegate all those tasks to a remote server that is like more powerful than my my laptop. So yeah, that's when tmux plus Vim plus all these tools come in. And yeah, so right now we're starting out tmux, and this is the initialization of a series. I might name it somehow. I don't know, the Batmobile series or like the Batcave. The Batcave series is like Emacs stuff. But then yeah, this is the why of this video, and let's get started. So you're going to be following along, and I am in a terminal right now. So if you're on a Debian-based system, just use whatever uh, permission elevation tool that you use, sudo or do as. I use do as and hit apt install tmux. I already have it installed and I am on a RHEL based system, so I use DNF. Yeah, that should get you tmux pretty quickly. I'm not gonna hit that because it's just gonna check the packages and everything and like just say that I have tmux installed. So let's not waste our time. Yeah, okay. So how do you fire up tmux? It's pretty simple. You just hit tmux Now you're in an environment. You see a lot of things. Let's break down what you're seeing right now. Of course, you see the basics, the terminal with the prompt and everything. That's what you know. But then you also see a bar below that's giving you some date time information. There's a zero in the bracket. There's a zero with the bash written at the bash is like the current shell that I'm using, the interpreter that I'm using. That's the process that is active currently in tmux. So for example, if I let's say run top, that shows top. So that is the current process that tmux is actively showing you right now. Okay, let's clear that up. Now tmux is a multiplexer. So what it allows you to do is use multiple terminals at the same time. How do you do that? Okay, so you're working with a CLI, a terminal. So you want to control tmux in a way that doesn't interfere with the inputs of the terminal. How tmux does that, and a lot of software do that, is by using modalities, or in this simple case, it's called the prefix key. So what the prefix key, in this case, it's going to be control B. It tells you that whatever comes in next is for tmux and not for the application inside. This allows you to do a lot of yeah, just circumnavigate the key bindings, the inbuilt key bindings of whatever application I'm using. So I could even run emacs inside tmux, like with emacs nw, emacs no window, yeah, and I can still yeah, work on tmux. So there you go. There's emacs and tmux. Does that? So let's quit emacs for now. Yeah, yeah. Let's quit emacs for now. So yeah. Now the prefix key is clear. Just using the prefix key is going to be you don't it's control B and whatever key you want to give it to. So for example, to create a new window, right now we're in bash, right now in zero. To create a new window in tmux, you just hit control B, left everything, and hit C. So I like to call these, I like to address these as chords, keystrokes, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, if you're into Emacs and like you're conveying key bindings, everything, this sort of terminology is helpful. Control B is going to be your first chord. So a chord is like you hold the key bindings and you release it, and there's a pause, and then a keystroke of a C. So Control B, that's the chord, and I hit C. Okay, wait, yeah. Control B and C. That created a new window out there. So that's again a bash. If I start top out here, that's gonna run. And let's say I want to go to the previous one. I'm gonna again use the prefix key, Control B and P. So I'm at zero back again. Let's run htop here. Yeah, there you go. There you see htop. What if I want to create it? What if I want to create another window? I'm just gonna hit Control B and C again. There you go. Let's run btop here. This is what I use, by the way. I don't use htop or top. I use btop. So yeah, btop is pretty handy. Do check it out. It's like it's a nice utility. It's for like process management and stuff. That's that. So now you see I have htop, btop, and top running. So that's your basic window creation and switching. Control B P and Control B N, and you see they are numbered, right? So you can also just hit Control B and the window number. I am at 2 right now. That can be seen with the asterisk. So if I want to go to htop, I can hit Control B and 0. Yeah, that's that. If I want to go to 2 again, oh, if I want to go to 2 again, I can hit Control B and 2. There you go. Let's go to 1. And if you want to kill something, you just if you want to interactive process, let's kill this top for a while. Yeah, there we are. It shows bash again. And you can also name your workspaces. So you can do that with Control B, comma. So for example, if I'm working on multiple projects at a time in a remote server, I have multiple processes running because like yeah, one process isn't enough to like completely efficiently use the server. So if you have like 64 or like 128 CPUs, CPU cores, you can run a lot of it, lot on it. So there's that. You can rename your workspaces rather than just having the name as the process. Uh, yeah, you can just use Control B, comma. It gives you a prompt to rename your window. I'm gonna hit this is let's say this is what do you do? What are you gonna do here? Let's uh, Uh, let's say we're gonna type in something with a cowsay, with a watch cowsay. Let's say we'll watch N1 cowsay. Let's use the file eyes. and these are some eyes. Yeah. So that's gonna keep on running in there with cowsay. Every 1 second it keeps on updating. This the output is not being changed in any way, so like it's not much used, but yeah, whatever. Uh, we can still continue moving around with Control V and N. Now, this is Windows. tmux also has panes, so you can create multiple terminals, multiplex multiple terminals on the same window, and you can do that with vertical or horizontal splits. Let's quit htop for now. So there's a queue. I okay. So how I like to remember this is okay. Let's I'll try and explain it somehow. I hope my wires reach out. So okay, huh. So the keyboard is divided in like two sections. Yeah, I hope this is visible. So yeah, my hands come in from here. If I hit Control B and the middle row, comma, that splits the keyboard in half in a horizontal section. And if I hit Control B and a percent error, that is 5, that splits the keyboard in a vertical section. So that is a quick mnemonic to remember how to split your terminal windows. So for example, if I hit Control B and 5 or the percent key without the shift, of course, it's just going to split the terminal in vertically. Control B and 5. Control B and Shift 5. Okay, that's with the shift. Remember that. Control B and Shift 5 or Control B percent. That's going to split the window vertically. And if I want to split it horizontally, Control B and Shift double quotes, not apostrophe. Control B and Shift double quotes. That's going to split it horizontally. Now, if you want to move around in Windows, you can just use Control B and the arrow key. So if I hit Control B and left, I am in that window there. You can see with the cursor. Control B right, that takes me there. Control B up takes me there. That is pretty handy. But then let's say you have a lot of terminals. Let's open up a few more. Yeah. Okay. So let's say you want to like quickly navigate between stuff. So if I wanted to go to the bottom right, that would take me at least three keystrokes, like three chords and three keystrokes. So that's a lot. You can use Control B Q to get a numbered index into all of these windows and quickly navigate around. So I hit Control B Q and I go to 5. Okay, I missed it a little. Yeah, Control B5. Let's say I want to go to something else. Control B0 probably. Control B0. Control BQ and 0. Yeah, there I am. So, and you can like run a lot of independent processes in these. Yeah, and they will keep on running. Now, the beautiful part about tmux is it manages these sessions for you. So even if you detach from it, the concept of detaching I'll introduce now. Okay, so we covered creating new frames, next, previous, and Control BW. I'll get into that now. Okay, now before detaching, if you want to like have a good look of all the windows, all the panes all at once, you hit Control BW. So that just shows you all your processes right away. So in my 0th window, these many panes are open and like what all processes they're showing. For example, if I run something in here, let's run htop in here, and I hit Control BW, you can see that in the first pane of the 5th window, I can see htop, and I can expand it, this window, and individually check whatever's the contents. Yeah, same for all other windows. If I have multiple panes in there, I can do that. And if I want to drop into any window right away, I can just hit enter. There you go. So okay, so that's about managing sessions into tmux. How do you quit tmux though? So you usually don't want to quit tmux right away. You usually want to detach from tmux. We're getting into quitting tmux soon. But then what you want to do is detach. If you have your remote work saved, you hit your remote work going on, a process is actively running, you hit Control B, D. That's it. You're detached from your session. How do you see if you have any sessions running? You hit tmux ls. There you go. That's showing three windows created and that sort of stuff. How do you attach to it again? tmux A. You put in your target T, 0. There you are. Drops you right back in. Let's go Control VD. Let's create another named session this time. So tmux new s, name of the session. Let's say I'm going to use ns for a new session. And there you see the bottom left you see an ns in the square bracket. So that's the name of the session. In this one, I'm just gonna, let's see, let's run whatever. Let's run btop again. Not btop. What can I run? Uh, what should I run? I don't know. I don't have any processes out there. Let's say, yeah. Let's just run them. Yeah. And I hit Control BD. I'm out of it. Tmux ls shows me all the sessions. So there's ns, there's 0. You can run tmux and tmux, but then that is terminal nesting and like, okay, session nesting. And I wouldn't recommend you do that. You probably wouldn't need it a lot, but yeah, that is for another video if you do want to get into that. Okay, so for now we have multiple sessions and windows running. So we know how control BD works. So that's uh, that's detaching from session. Let's attach into 0 for now, and see if I want to uh, destroy this window. I'm going to or destroy this pane actually. So you can't destroy a window until all the panes in it are destroyed. I'm going to hit Control B. X is going to ask me for a prompt, kill pane. I'm going to say yes, and that destroyed pane number 2. So it's 0 and X. So 0, 1, 2 it destroyed the third pane. Now, let's say I am at, where am I exactly? Let's go to Control B 1. I'm in 1. I want to destroy this so that I can see that stop a little better. I hit Control BX and Control BX. Okay, what did I do? I hit a lot of stuff. I hit Control BC accidentally. Okay, I'm gonna hit Control BX and yes, I can see that stuff better. I can zoom in, zoom out, that sort of stuff. You also have copy pasting capabilities in tmux. I'm not going to talk about those because some personal opinions that I have. I'll talk about those. I'll talk about the opinion later on. But yeah, okay. So now that we have that, if I don't want to kill this one by one, I want to like kill it all right away. Uh, yeah, I just hit Control BD, and I can hit. Let's zoom in so that you can see that better. Kill session. Kill session. And I hit my target, and I want to kill 0. So if you go for a tmux ls now, 0 has been destroyed. Let's go to the NS. Yeah, this Vim running. You know this is Vim because whatever I'm doing, you see the insert mode and stuff, and I still have to hit Control Q. Yeah, to exit. Now I'm back in my terminal, so I'm out of Vim now. So this was still the team of session. Okay, so let's exit this as well. You can also just exit it with your basic, if you type in exit in the last shell you have. So this is going to exit tmux overall, and tmux ls is going to tell you no server running. So yeah, you could have just, if you want to like completely kill your session and everything, let's just create a whole bunch of tmux sessions, Control B, D. Yeah. So now I have 2 sessions running. If I wanted to kill all of these all together, I can just hit tmux kill server. Yeah, there you go. So now that you know the basics of tmux, basic session moving around, I'll talk about some ways that I particularly use it. Of course, the basics are going to be you go to a remote server, you SSH into it, you run tmux, you run whatever process you want, you detach and you exit, and like your that session is still alive. So your work is saved and like it's in an active state. And remote servers are of the nature that you don't reboot them quite often. So yeah, like a lot of my servers have an uptime of like around a year now. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But then you should update regularly and like reboot from time to time. I mean, okay, I use Rocky in some of them, and like it's not usually a rolling release, so I should update sometime. Uh, but yeah, there's that. You can do that. To show that, I'm going to, of course, I can't switch into my workstation, so I'm just going to create a dummy user and we'll SSH into localhost. Let's go back to Emacs to see what all we have covered though. Okay, I talked about sessions, attaching, detaching, killing sessions on servers. That's done. We're on to the use cases now. So, okay. Of course, some qualitative use cases. Okay, of course, on servers, if you're like compiling large sources, probably compiling the Linux kernel with some customized config or whatever, or you want to change the source code or the scheduling algorithm in like some sneaky way, or like huh, calculate pi when it sleeps or something. You can do all that, and like if you're doing that, yeah, probably just run whatever you're running on a remote server with multi-threading. in tmux, and yeah, just quit your session and don't worry about the terminal exit causing a process exit. Yeah, so yeah, it's also handy for training models, processing large data pipelines and this sort of stuff. So I have actively used tmux for a lot of these applications, and yeah, it's great. One more thing that I use tmux actively for now is, let's say I use it to for processes that I would like to run in the background, but then I would also want their logs to be very quickly accessible. For example, I use my work VPN. Yeah. So VPN up, VPN down. I have mapped that to a script that runs, like, essentially runs this. So, for example, it starts tmux in a new session. So it will start it in detached mode. Dash D is a detached mode, so it will not show you whatever it's running. It will start the session. Let's say I'm naming it as tmux test for now, and it's gonna run the processor whatever it wants to run. Like for now, let's run btop in it, and it will start that in detached mode. And if you hit tmux ls, tmux test is running. So if you hit tmux a, okay, I exit that accidentally with a q. Let's do it again. Tmux a. I need to zoom out a little for that to be rendered. Yeah, there we have it. And if you hit q, it's going to, yeah, exit. So this is what I use for running my connecting to like a lot of VPN services. This is just my work VPN that I've done in here, and VPN down is just killing that session with that target name. So this is pretty handy. I'll just do VPN up. I've connected to my work VPN now, and I'll do VPN down. Okay, did I not put it up? That is odd. It is up. Oh, I think the alias is wrong. The work research. Yeah, yeah. I think I might have updated it for like yeah, the alias is wrong. Let's fix that. Okay. For now I'll just close the session. Yeah. So that's the potential of what you can do. But for now, so like what you can do with remote servers, let's just for now let's work on let's simulate a remote session. For that, I will create a dummy user, dummy at localhost, and we'll attach to it and see how it works. How you would like search into stuff and use tmux. So usually, let's assume okay, that's not going to be remote server. Let's user add dummy. I forgot how to use user add. Uh, Password dummy. Let's hit. Okay, I forgot that. Dummy, dummy. Okay. Now I can just switch into dummy at localhost, and I am going to start this in a terminal mode so that I can start tmux within directly. And let's say what I want to do exactly is whenever I attach in, I want to create a new session, tmux new, as I usually name them as HQ. And if that new session is already existing, this command will fail. If that fails, the next command would be executed because it's an OR. So tmux attach thq. So what's this gonna do is gonna have to change to the thing, get the first property for the password, which is just dummy, and then if HQ does not exist, it will create the session and like drop me into it. And if it does exist, it will just attach me to that session. Let's run that. It's asking me for the password. I'm just gonna type in dummy. Yeah, that's the session with the name HQ. Now I'm gonna run a bunch of things in here. Let's run htop, control BC, let's run btop, zoom out. And now I'm gonna hit control BD, and that's gonna drop me out of the session right away. For now, who am I? I am dummy. I am not Raj. I'm not my native user RP152K right now. I'm just gonna control BD, and I'm back as RP152K. Now, all that work right now for you as an analogy, that would have been like exiting your work session by disconnecting. So even if there's a disconnection, say there's a network disconnection between you and the remote host, your work will still be saved within tmux because the server is still running, and your work is not connected to the active session that you're connecting with. Okay, so I'm gonna run the same command again. I'm gonna switch back into my workplace again. Assume I had, say, yeah, a network issue or anything like that, uh, some connectivity issue, and I accidentally dropped out. My VPN wasn't up, my VPN went down, or like there were some issues. Let's just assume, let's just assume, yeah, a failure in my connection. I can still hit a switch with that command. I've scripted and like aliased it for a lot of my remote servers, and I can, okay, once I type in the password, of course, yeah, I can go back to whatever work I was in. So you can see htop, vtop, and bash is still running with the session HQ. Yeah, that's pretty handy. Of course, once you exit tmux, all of it's gonna go away. And how I use this exactly is, okay, I don't even type the password. I just copy my SSH keys to the remote host. We will get into that sometime, but then that's not the point of this video. That is quite what we quite. I think that is like, yeah, that will take you a lot. I mean, into your workflows. That will improve your workflows a lot. If you can just do these things, just these many things. Yeah, these have been like the 99% of what I've done with tmux, and like just being efficient. And this is probably the minimum effective dose to being productive with tmux. So that's it for this one in terms of the practical aspect of the video. Some opinions. Well, tmux is great for remote work and long running processes. Uh, it is a terminal multiplexer. You still need to know your tools and what you want to do underneath. And by the way, Vim can also be a good multiplexer. So, for example, I'm right now not in tmux. This is just your plain terminal. I'm just gonna hit vi. Even vi is a great terminal. Okay, so this is Vim. I can just hit Control VS, and I'm splitting between Vim. Okay, panes, windows, frames. It's all very different in tmux, emacs, and tmux, emacs, and Vim. So just understand what I'm trying to say out here. I can just start terminals as well. And let's say I hit ls. I can also copy stuff here and there within buffers. Uh, tmux and like Vim can also be multiplexed pretty easily. I do use Vim from time to time for multiplexing. I can also run a lot of terminals again here and there. So let's again a terminal. I can drop into the terminal session again out here, and Vim is pretty great at multiplexing as well. But then, of course, once you exit Vim, all of this is gone. You can see Vim sessions, but then I do not get into it. I just would use tmux instead, because you don't want to have too many layers of abstraction. tmux is a more minimal layer than what Vim does. So yes, when I am working on some servers and I want quick multiplexing, I would use Vim, and for persistence, in case of disconnections, I would use tmux. So that is the tmux plus Vim workflow that a lot of people talk about. It is a pretty powerful and potent workflow. And given Vim extensions and tmux and the Unix philosophy and all the new utils, it is a like very capable workflow out there. So it's yeah, a lot of people. I mean, yeah, when people talk about Vim, just Vim in itself is not as powerful as Emacs. Yeah, nothing is as powerful as Emacs in itself. What's really okay, it can be because it's again everything is Turing complete out there. But then what I'm saying is expressiveness and just your efficiency of your workflows. So tmux plus Vim plus Unix philosophy. That is a really good contender for like spending your life in compared to Emacs. I mean, I still do both. I am an Emacs person, but then like 30-40% of the time, I think yeah, or like 20% of the time, depending on how my day is going. If I'm like yeah, if I'm like working on prod or like whatever, I'll probably spend a lot of my time in Vim and tmux and with the Unix philosophy and tools and stuff like that with parallel and everything. I'll get into those soon. So yeah. I don't, yeah, okay. So one more important thing about this is like a zero config Vim plus tmux thing that I am into. I heavily configure my Emacs. It's Doom configured right now with a lot of customizations. but then I do not configure tmux or vi in any way on any remote servers. I used to do neovim a little while before, but then I dropped that now. Yeah, I just code on emacs on my local instance, and like yeah, I SCP it, or like it's version control, so I'll pull it there and stuff, and like yeah, that's there. So on the remote stuff, that's how I work right now. So my Vim plus tmux workflow is like very minimal. I can hit the ground running with a very basic. Let's exit Vim for now. QA, and I won't exit everything. Yeah. So I can hit the ground running on a remote server with a very easy like apt. If you guys are from the Debian family, install Vim and tmux. That's it. That's all I need. Or like DNF install Vim tmux. That's all I need to get started. I'm like productive right away. This gives you a very snappy workflow, and a lot of the native new utils, grep, sed, awk, and some extra utilities that are like fun to have, like new parallel. They just allow you to do so much more if you invest some time into it. Yeah, that is my Cyberbat mobile, and hope you enjoyed that. What's next? Configure tmux. I don't, as I said already, why I don't, because I like to hit the ground running. And tmux is it has potential for a lot of things you can do with it. So a lot of people that use Vim also like to use tmux as their REPL server. So they'll probably run Python or like any Lisp interpreter in tmux, and that'll connect. They'll connect their Vim session with tmux, and they can yeah create an interactive REPL, like a hackish REPL. Yeah, I used to use Vim and Slime for a while when I used to code in Python, like 4 or 5 years ago in my sophomore year of university. I used to use Vim Slime. So there's that. And what I'll say right now is okay. Uh, okay. Like couple of years ago, I probably would have said key just use Emacs all the time. But then I have matured a little, and I'll say that use whatever suits the task, and don't adapt the task to whatever you know. So there's that. That's what you can take away. You will definitely see a lot of emacs videos from me. You will definitely see a lot of vim and tmux and unix philosophy videos from me, because I mean, I don't I would not yeah discriminate between tools that are like powerful, and just because of my preferences. I do actually use Vim, Tmux, Emacs again and again in my workflows. So that is it for today. Do like, share, subscribe. Do hit the bell icon if you want all of these videos again. Do let me know what all other topics from this you would like to be elaborated upon. The Unix philosophy video is coming soon. It is going to be I mean, I did do some research and I did not find a lot of it. I will try to make it pragmatic and philosophical at the same time. Let's see how I get that done. That should be fun. But yeah, I also have a lot of progress logs that I have. Okay, okay. If you guys have been following me lately, you must have seen I've cleaned up my YouTube a little. I yeah, I cleaned up my YouTube a little, and I have a section like in my blog about progress, where I like log in what how my creative pursuits and like my plans are going on. And it's more of a it's more of a like a scientific vlog sort of thing, like just a man stranded on Mars, vlogging away as to his on his experiments. Yeah, the Martian movie is pretty great. So yeah, something like that. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, I do want to. It'll be pretty good nostalgia later on down the lane. Yes, I have rebranded myself as the Bit-Mage. The old domain rajpatil.dev is not active anymore. You can find me at thebitmage.com. See that in your top left. I am also active on Twitter. If you want to like reach out to me very pretty quickly. I will respond pretty quickly on Twitter. Rajpatil152K. Of course, you can hit me in the comments as well. I do reply pretty quickly there as well. So see you in the next one. This is the Bitmage signing off. Thanks for tuning in.